Hey everybody, ASIC Eric here, and we are back on the trunk pan. Just spent a little bit of time massaging this with the hammer and using a screwdriver from the bottom to try and get these things in a close to alignment as I can get. As I mentioned yesterday, there's a pretty big gap here, much bigger than I would have liked. I'm gonna do my best here. I may have to use some welding rod in there or something to seal that up, but I'm just going to start moving along here. I can't get magnets or anything up inside here from the bottom because of the contours and stuff, and it's so uneven. I can't really get anything to hold from the top either, and I can't really weld from the bottom because of this angle. So it's really just a bad combination all around. So putting a heat sink on it and stuff is going to be really hard, but I'm going to do my best. That's just great. My welder stopped working. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. I think that something inside the hose broke. It's very strange because if I try and put it down here, nothing. You lift it up to right there and it starts working. And I've tried kinking the hose, unkinking the hose. It's right in here. I don't know. I've tried putting it all sorts of different angles and getting it to work, but I can't get it to work, so I'm going to take this off and hope and pray that this thing uses some kind of standard whatever the hell this is called, welding hose, arm, whatever. Go down to my welding shop and see if they have something to replace it, because if I have to get this from Eastwood, it's going to take weeks. That's all I can think of anyway. So I'm going to take this thing apart. Arrgh. So I did some research online, and I believe the Eastwood uses the Tweco style gun. I called my local welding shop, and they have those, but only for the 250 amp and up, so they don't have these little weenie ones like this. And they sell the Millers and the Lincolns, and something like this 140 amp is like $800, and I don't have that much welding left to do on this car. So I started looking at this, and I think the failure was the wire running through here, the trigger wire. I took the thing apart, and I think the switch is okay, and so I think the wire was just bad. So I'm putting a new wire. I'm just going to run some speaker wire. Give that a try. But I bought this little guy for doing some Arduino work and stuff. It's called Helping Hands. I used to have these when I did electronics work back in the day. They're pretty cool. It's the first time I've had a chance to use it. So anyway, got my soldering gun and everything here. I'm going to just try and slap all this together, and hopefully that solves my problem, at least well enough to get me through the rest of this project. Alright, there's one end. I'll do the other side, and hopefully that takes care of it. Well, I think we got it. I didn't cut this wire long enough here. I thought I did. I'm going to wrap it all the way up, but it gets too tight up in here, so I'm just going to leave it loose for now. I should probably tape it right here to be safe, but it seems to work. I haven't tried it actual welding yet, but we're about to give it a try. Alright, we are done. I think that came out pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think it will fly. I'll show you the other side. This was a bear to dress the welds up in here. I can't even get into that corner over there. I don't have any tool that will get in there. I sanded it down by hand, but trying to sand metal, welds down by hand, that just goes nowhere. So that's really as good as I can do. I'll just make sure I get a good coat of epoxy on that, and some fiberglass as best I can. This guy here is really handy for those kind of things. These belt sanders. I know Russ has one of these too. There's no way I could have done this stuff up in here without it. I can't get the angle grinder in there, so pretty good. I'm debating what to do right here. You notice the old pan has this nice drop off, and this one's just flat right there. I'll probably just grind all of this off so it matches I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to put some fiberglass on it right now. Alright, we are all done with that repair. I'm pretty satisfied with that one. It actually came out pretty nice. That one's probably not going to be very detectable when all is said and done. I think it's pretty good. I was able to get all the fiberglass smoothed out pretty well. I had to do most of that sanding by hand. That was no fun. Sanding the fiberglass stuff by hand is just hard as a rock. But we got it done. The hack fix on the welder worked. Didn't have any more issues with that, so that's sweet. I found one other pair of holes here right there that I had to fix. So as far as I know, there are no more holes in this trunk. Knock on metal. I think we're done in the trunk. So I can actually scratch that off my list. That feels good. Scratch. Okay. Let's see. Repair both wheelhouses. Done. Very good. Okay. So that's all done. So I think we'll move on to the drop-off panels next. Get those done. And we'll see where we go after that. I did look at this rear tail light. Hang on a second. Remember this issue where they cut a big hole out here in the corner. So I grabbed my tail light to check it out and make sure I line up where the holes are, and I cut that part out too. So it looks like they just blew a hole right through the reverse light here for the emergency shut-off switch or whatever it is they had on this car. So this is all shagged here too. They just cut all of this out here. So looks like I got to get myself another one of these. I don't know if any of you guys out there have one of these driver's side housings. I don't need the lenses. I'm going to get new lenses anyway. But if anybody has one of these housings I can buy off of you, let me know. Driver's side. I'm pretty sure these are the same from 74 all the way to 81. The Z28 is supposed to be different. The one that I have, 77 Z28, is the only year that's different. And I think the only difference is these the chrome part's supposed to be blacked out. But these aren't Z28 lights anyway, obviously. So anyway, let me know if anybody's got one of those to spare. If not, I can buy one somewhere, I'm sure. But I'm not going to try and repair that one. It's pretty beat up. Anywho, so that's going to do it for today. Thanks again, everybody. And let me know if you have any comments or criticisms from that video. And see you next time. Thanks.